Thank you so much, Nato. How are you? And happy Heritage Month and Day and whatever to you.
Thank you so much. I'm doing good. And thanks a million for joining us on Africa at Play. Let's get on to it. For those who have never watched the show Jumping, what is it all about and how does it all work?
You know what? If you've never watched show jumping, this one is one of the biggest competitions. Of course, sponsored by our super amazing sponsor Toyota, and you'll be watching the highest jumps in equestrian, and the most difficult and taxing course being the challenge of the day for those 1 meter 50 horses and 1 meter 50 riders.
Tell us more about the venue as well, Kyalami Equestrian Park. What's so special about this venue?
This venue has been around for so many years. Derby in itself is in its 60th year. So you can imagine how long the venue has been. It's been there, way before I was even born. So it's one of the top African venues. I don't think there's any other venue that is like it in Africa. And we've also had overseas visitors, coming in and saying they haven't seen anything like it. So I can comfortably say, it is one of the best venues world over, one of the permanent venues for equestrian sport.
If you have just joined us, we're talking equestrian sport with Mpofu, who is the Kyalami Park Club show director. Hitha, let's talk about your role at this show. What role will you be playing and what do you like so much about what you're doing?
My role for this show, it's been planning all along, planning and putting things together. But now we're getting into the execution part. So I'll be overseeing and making sure that everything is running according to plan, and on time, especially on that Derby Sunday on the 5th. Where all the qualifiers, firstly they are going to be qualifying from Thursday. We're going to be qualifying our 12 champions that are going to go and compete for the final for the final title, which is the SA Derby title. So for me, it is executing and making sure that all those events are running timelessly and according to our plans and desires.
Where is the most excitement between the qualifying rounds and the actual derby?
I think it's the actual derby. With the actual derby, that course they don't really even get time to practice that the exact course that they will be jumping over derby, and it's a very long. It's a long course and it's very high jumps, and the crowd actually comes to silence watching each and every jump, and they only applaud. All you hear is the whoos and the ha's and the claps when that horse makes it over those taxing jumps.
And talking about the horses, are they accompanied by the jockeys or they are trained to do their own thing?
No, they definitely have a rider on them. So it's a partnership sport. Ours is a partnership sport. You've got the horse and you've got the rider. So it's a combination of two athletes having to work their way and find, common ground and ride that track.
And having spoken to some of the riders, what have they said to you? Are they having a certain special relationship with their horses? Do they meet their horses prior or they meet their horses on the day of the competition?
No, they own the horses. So they have been training, but not on that exact, on the ground. So before the competition, the arena, when the entry is open, that arena is under lockdown. No one is allowed to even compete. I'm not even allowed to put anything to happen in that arena until those competitors come in to compete in that arena. So they have their horses. They've been training from home, and now it will be the time to show off what they have trained. And yes, it requires very strong partnership between horse and rider. They have to understand each other and take care of each other on that course, they say. And it's if one makes a mistake, one corrects. So it's that partnership has to be very fluid when they take on that course.
I find it very interesting that a human being makes a good relationship with an animal and they together go and partake and participate, compete in a partnership sport. Very exciting indeed. Before we wrap up, how big is show jumping on the African continent? Have you thrown your eyes across the continent?
Show jumping, in across Africa, it is quite big. We have various competitions that go on between the various nations. If we go back to the Toyota Easter Festival, we even had an Inter-Africa Cup that was held there by us at Kyalami Equestrian Park. So all over across Africa, there is, show jumping is quite there. And even when we go to World Equestrian Games, there is an African team that comes out. And as well as the competitions like Adult FEI, they also select. Africa comes together and make a team for themselves. So they compete individually and they compete as an African team, known as Group 9 team.
That is the voice of